Hey everyone, welcome back. I hope you're doing well and staying safe. I have wanted to record this video for quite a while. Haven't been able to do so. So, what's this video about? So, it was going to be entitled Why I Think the XCC Community Contributors Are Wrong. But after talking to my clanmates and talking to some friends, talking to the wife, blah blah blah, it's going to be why I actually disagree with the ex-community contributors of CCs. They're not wrong and they're not right, and wargaming's not wrong and not right either. But there's some things that are being brought up about the mass exodus of the ex-CCs or community contributors that I wanted to, or some points they brought up that I just really want to discuss and talk about that I do disagree with. The first one I want to get out of the way is April Little White Mouse and the issue with her and the way that she was treated by wargaming. Flat out, that's an HR moment. My role as a director or a manager, I have teams of over 100 people, and I get that. That's not appropriate. April Little White Mouse is a Canadian just like me, and we're pretty nice people, pretty polite. So it takes a lot to get us upset, and from a standpoint when you do that, it's usually world wars. So I get that, and I think that's wrong. The way she was treated was 100% incorrect, and that's something that wargaming needs to do better. I've heard things of it being a culture, which I do know Russian people, and I understand that, but wrong is wrong. I mean, just plain wrong. So I want to get that one out of the way. That I completely agree with. That was inappropriate. But let's talk about one of the themes I'm hearing from everyone, from Flamu to Flambast to even Jingles, who I respect a lot, and a bunch of other CCs, Trent Lass, and everyone has their opinions, but they want the game to be back to the way it was. Like, we're talking, for me personally, I just started playing this game just over 3 years ago. I think I have over 2,000 random battles, or just shy by a couple battles right now. And yeah, right now, my full disclosure, I'm 47.2535, whatever win percentage, and I'm going up. Now, some people are going to say you're below 50%, you're a loser, you're a potato, and well, no. My stats are, some of them are Unicom and Super Unicom. I'm getting better and better and better because I really enjoy the game. And I've been learning how to play the game. I've learned how to play the game from Flamu, from Jingles. I even played with Jingles once. It was a lot of fun. I've learned from Chaos Machine. I've even learned from Flamu, Trent Lass, especially Trent Lass. So I've learned a lot from him with regards to game. Even Flambast. I mean, everyone goes up the middle now in Two Brothers because of Flambast. I mean, that's his shtick and his gig. But overall, they want to be back with it's only BBs and only cruisers, only DDs. That's a pretty boring game. We've got multiple lines and multiple ships coming out, which I'm really happy with. The more ships that come out, the better. Now, let's talk the Dutch line. I still cannot figure out how to make the drops work for me, unless you're hitting behind an island and whatnot, which the ships are perfect for. The guns are, they're not as strong as other 152mm guns and whatnot. But again, I like the line. I like the new ships. I like the new Russian CV line. I know. I like CVs. And I love subs. Submarines are a boatload of fun. And I mean a lot of fun. Now, for me, let's just talk about the new lines. I mean, it's particularly the CVs. So the RTS CVs that were there before, I struggled. When I first started the game, I could not play them. I tried several games, and I was a liability for the team. So I didn't do it. But after the CV rework, it made life a lot easier for me. It's more that arcade mode. And I really enjoyed that. I still do. And I think that these type of games will appeal to the masses and not so much the Unicom or Super Unicom, or in the case of this, the XCC players, which I'll get to in a bit. And the one thing I will say is CVs were kind of implemented in a wrong way. It's a whole new breed of ships, and it was done, basically incorrectly the way they redid it. So, and Wargaming admitted it, and that's fine. And then you look at how they're putting subs in. It's been 2 years now. They're slowly bringing them in the game. They're working through, collecting data. I've run software teams with 100 plus people in it. I get what it takes to do this, and it is a lot of fun. It's not perfect. In the right hands, a submarine's deadly. In a normal person's hands, not so much. But I like them. They're genuinely a lot of fun, and that's 2 years of development. So from my point of view, I think it's going well. Now, I know that people, and particularly I'm looking at you, Jingles, the captain skills rework of the rework of the rework of the rework. Yeah, it's not perfect, and I agree, but I love the new captain skills the way they're done out. They're much more simple, they're simplistic to use. Captain skills can be really intimidating for people. I have a really good idea of how to use certain captains, and I'm not just talking your plain Jane captains you get, but the specialty captains. Irizoko Yamamoto, whether it be Gonto Luntens or Linguini Centauri, whatever his name is. I can always say I call him Luigi. I love that captain, but I can understand how to use the captains better than most people because I've been playing the game for 3 years. So for me, I love the captain skill rework, and I can just recall a captain and boom, it's done. I can set up what I want to do, and I like it. I can also use one captain for multiple ships. So I have my specialty captains, my Alexander Ovechkin, etc., etc. I can use them for whatever I want, whether it be a destroyer, battleship, etc., etc. I don't have to keep going in and setting things up. Yes, there's a cost associated to it with the game, but every game has a cost. I mean, all games are not free. You know, if I had to be honest about when you talk about the game, this game is ongoing. This gaming is maturing as an online game. That's what online games do now. It's not like Fallout 4, which you pay your money and your money for the DLCs. You can play it to the end of days, but that's all you get. You don't get any more unless the DLC comes out. And after a while, people lose interest in that game. You know, when you look at the early process of this product, the CCs or community contributors are very important to it. They were the de facto marketing department. When you look at closed beta and you look forward for the 3 years before I was playing the game, because it's 6 years old now, these guys really had to do a lot of work to help out and show how good the game was and whatnot, and they were taken at par. They really did help out, and they are good people who understand the game. They did a great job to actually explain the game, and that was the original CCs. But the game has matured. It's gone a different direction. Sometimes people are not happy or helpful in the way they like the way a game is going, and I get that. I think some parts of the wargaming side of the community contributor was not so great. I think some parts of the community contributor is actually wrong as well. And I'll talk about that more a bit later in this video. CC's got a lot of benefits. First of all, they get early ship access. It helps their channels, and with regards to in the game currency for the CCs, they get a lot of stuff that wargaming gave them that kind of made the game free and didn't as expensive compared to the rest of us. CC's also develop entire YouTube and Twitch profiles and channels and businesses that they really didn't have to invest in. And I'll talk about that too in a bit. Some produce very funny, educated content for YouTube, while others just cut and paste from the stream at one match. To me, that's not content. It's just a very long trailer of their past streams. But for me, and particularly people like at Flambast, that was very useful for me. When I look at Flamu, he actually goes through in detail, sometimes to nauseating points, and does that. What Jingles does is to show some of the best videos out there. Chaos Machine, Trent Last, the same thing. They'll show you videos and help you out. So I don't really have a problem with that, but they've built entire businesses off this game without so much as having to do more than just buy a PC. I can't say the same for wargaming as a whole. You also have to remember when you talk about these players, some of these guys have 20, 30,000 games under the belt to my 2,000 random battles. They're super Unicom players. It doesn't matter if it's iChase or if it's Little White Mouse or anyone you want to talk about. These are all super Unicom players. They know how to play the game. They're literally legends. There's nothing you're going to teach them unless you come out with a new line of ships. So it's not uncommon for them, especially we'll just talk CVs and carriers and class of the carriers, to find something OP. They can take an average ship and make it OP. There are times when I have watched Flambas and Flamu, and I keep saying their names, and Trenlas, and they've taken some of the worst ships in the game and gone to Kraken. So when you look at that, they have ships like the Omaha. That boat stinks, and Flambas takes it out, gets Kraken. I take it out, I get killed. It's just, even today, I might get 1 or 2 kills. It's kind of hard to play. But that's what you're going to expect from a super Unicom player. It is what it is. These people have been playing for so long. To them, every ship is OP. But to me, when I get a carrier, people say CVs are OP. I'm like, no, they're not. Not to me, they're not. I do 50-50 in my battles, and I'm struggling sometimes, especially when you're in an Ark Royal and you're taking on 3 Atlantas in 1 division that are set up for AA. Or the match right after that with your Ark Royal is 3, Fletchers? with spec AA. 3 of the best DDs in the game for AA. It's like, ugh. And it was a hard game, and I lost both. You also have to appreciate that Wargame has probably spent over $100 million US in developing this game, which the CCs have actually benefited from a lot. And they benefited entire careers, Twitch channels, YouTube. They have the skills, but they've had to learn the skills. So, good on them. But Wargaming's the one who's invested the money, and they're the ones who have to keep making money, or the game just stops being useful and stops working. So I guess the last couple things I want to say is everyone talks about loot crates and the PEGI rating system. I was not familiar with the PEGI rating system. I'm sure we had the same thing here in North America. I didn't know about over in Europe, and it was rated for, I think, 7 or 8 years old. But they're now calling it, the gambling system or the money laundering system. Well, I disagree with that. One, just about everyone I saw complain about it is not a parent. I am a parent. My youngest daughter, who was 8 when she started playing this game 3 years ago, is 11 years old. She can't buy anything. It's behind a PayPal account with a username and password and MFA, and she doesn't have those passwords. So she can't buy anything other than in-game currency that she has already earned. If she hasn't earned it, she doesn't get it. From my point of view, she also plays Sims 4, so we use that as a reward to help her out to do work and get things done around the house, chores. So the game does have benefit for young people. It also teaches them a bit of responsibility and how to get that reward system. I know a lot of parents maybe don't do that, but we do. And my wife does play the game. So we do enjoy as a family playing the game. I would just say in my view, like trying to wrap this up, and it's a long video, I apologize. There is, to the XCCs and anyone else, there is a large difference from caring about the game and just plain old complaining about everything about the game. Everyone who I've seen now, and this includes a lot of the CCs I used to financially support with monetary and whatnot, I've just stopped. I can't sit there and have them complain and complain and complain. They literally have their jobs and what they do because of wargaming. If they want the game gone or dead, then they don't have a job. I think a lot of them have found out if they stop making World of Warship videos, they don't get as many viewers and subscribers. So it's just a fact that I've seen with several of the XCCs and current CCs. I would say one last thing to the XCCs and even current CCs and anyone else. I mean this in all due honesty and genuine. No disrespect. But if you're not happy and you actually, as people say, quote, rage away or hate the game, and I've heard them say that. I've heard a lot of people say that. Then you probably should just stop, uninstall the game for a while, and move on for, say, 6 months. See what happens when you come back. If you hate something that much and it's not that healthy for you, please stop. It's not the best to have for your own mental health. So, and I know that today we're in some pretty stressful times, to say the least. So I'd like to see people take care of themselves. But like I said, I really do appreciate a lot of people, and I do respect a lot of the XCCs. But overall, I'm going to say I disagree with them, and this is why I disagree. So as always, I want you to take care, stay safe, and talk to you later. Bye for now.